Hello, wonderful human beings, and welcome back to a new video. I hope that everyone is doing well. My name is Evelyn Barta, and in today's video, I want to discuss where humanity is standing right now. And then also, I want to share a few thoughts about the passing of Queen Elizabeth II, because this is all that we can hear about everywhere. So, of course, I'm going to share some thoughts as well. But before I get into that, I wanted to say thank you for those of you that subscribed to my new channel on YouTube. You are the best. So if you don't know, I have just started a new channel where I'm sharing tarot readings and then also guidance, so intuitive guidance. And the name of my channel, this new channel on YouTube, is Esoterica with Evelyn. And you will find the link to it down below in the description box. So Esoterica with Evelyn. This was a name that I just came up with the other day. Maybe it's not the best one, but it's okay. Everything happens for a reason. And I'm very passionate about Esoterica. I shared my thoughts about that in the community tab the other day. And also my goal with this particular channel is to bridge the gap between this new age, distortion and a lot of distortion that is happening in the new age, and then lots of channels that are doing tarot readings, but they are not really looking into the depths of the human psychology and trauma. And I really want to get into that and to really do readings that are not only focusing on these new age concepts that otherwise don't have any basis that is grounded, but to bring some centeredness into that, so if that makes sense. And then also obviously to share my psychic insights about certain things. So yeah, if you're interested about those things, then please subscribe to this channel, Esoterica with Evelyn. And then I also did a reading about the Queen's passing and what is the collective reaction to that. So what is the aftermath to that? What is the effect on the collective? And then also what they want us to distract from. So what is happening behind the scenes really? So you will find that reading on the other channel, and I will link that as well down below. Also, I'm open to personal readings now as well from the 1st of September. So if you want to book one, then links are down below as well, or you can just email me. All right, so where humanity is standing right now, it is interesting because we have just entered a period of great energies. Tonight is the full moon, and on some parts of the world it was already starting yesterday. So the 9th and 10th of September we have full moon in Pisces, and then also Mercury went retrograde yesterday. So Mercury retrograde in Libra, which is bringing up things related to justice, bringing up things related to injustice in the world and how we were treated in certain situations in the past, or how we were not treated in the past. So it can bring up things related to our past, because September is about that. And then certain events as well that are coming up from the past, from historical events that now are coming up, to take a look at them again and to see them in a different light. How we were treated in the past, or how we have been treated all these years, in the past few hundred years, by authority figures, by governments, by monarchies. And questions like, do we actually need a monarchy? What is monarchy about? And with this Queen's passing, I think these questions might arise in the collective consciousness as well. And really looking into these things and paying attention to what is going on around us. So I would say that the fact that they announced the Queen's passing these days, it wasn't a coincidence. Nothing is a coincidence that these people are doing. And I mentioned many times in my videos that there's an occult and esoteric significance behind the very important events. So of course, many people would say that, oh, what am I talking about? Like, when someone dies, someone dies. Yeah, but we know, and I think intuitively we have been picking up on the fact that the actual passing did not happen exactly on the day when it was announced, so on the 8th of September. And I don't want to get into, these conspiracies, which are truth, most of them, like maybe there's an 80% truth in them. But without getting into those things, this whole thing was announced before Mercury going retrograde, which was on the 9th. So it happened one day before that, because we know when we start something new, there's a new project or a launch of a new project, Mercury retrogrades are not the best times for that. So it's better to wait after that, because it's retrograde, it can backfire. The energies will not bring the expected results, okay? So whenever a planet is retrograde, things are slowing down. So this one happened just before that. And actually Mercury is going retrograde, will stay retrograde, I mean, until the 2nd of October. That's why I was rushing with the launching of my new channel as well before this happens. Okay, so what I'm trying to say here is that us, without getting into theories about her and her origin, not being human or what entity is she, without getting into the whole reptilian agenda, we can ask ourselves a very logical question: what monarchies are about and how they are serving us, how they are serving humanity. And I kind of talked a little bit about this when they were celebrating the Queen's Jubilee. I can't remember if it was beginning of June or end of May, something like that, but just after I left London, I mean, after I visited London. And they spent a lot of money, millions of pounds on this anniversary. And they are not spending their money, they are spending people's money. So when the country is going through a turmoil, when the world is going through a turmoil, a recession, a financial crisis, now an energy crisis, not to mention how people are feeling about everything that happened in the past 2 years, they are still celebrating something that is a nonsense. And the nerve in that, and the fact that people are so happy about that and are so glorifying this entity, this person. Yeah, we are still in that mentality of bread and circus. This is what still humanity is needing, the majority of people, unfortunately. So actually I was very shocked yesterday seeing lots of people on my social media posting about the passing of Queen Elizabeth II and saying rest in peace. Like intelligent people that are still unable to connect the dots. I was shocked. Why do you need, in a virtue signaling way, to show to the world that you are so compassionate and you so want to pay respect to this person, so the whole world can see how empathetic you are? What is this about? What this family, this royal family, is bringing into your life as a value? And I'm not saying that people cannot be valuable, because everybody is bringing some value or can bring some value. I don't want to see just one part of the polarity. But I was shocked about this mentality of rolling with whatever is trending in the world. It's still present. The past 2 years were not enough for intelligent people to start connecting the dots, to start asking questions. Why do we need these role models? Why do we need these people that we can glorify without even knowing anything about them? Why do we need monarchs, royals? So this is the new stand with the Ukraine thing. It is incredible. And I think many things we don't know about this person. We don't know about many crimes that she and the family, the royal family, has been involved with, and people that are involved with this family as well. And I think many things will start coming up to the surface now, because we are living these times when the truth is being revealed, and now the trigger was pulled, so it can cause like a domino effect. And it doesn't take rocket science to ask some simple questions about monarchy itself. We don't need conspiracy theories to think about or speculations in order to ask some simple logical questions. So for example, in between 2021 and 2022, the British monarchy only cost the taxpayers around $102 million. So that simple fact in and of itself should be enough. These simple numbers should be enough for us to start asking questions without getting into the reptilian agenda or anything like that. And this should be more than enough for us to put a stop to that, to start holding these people accountable. We don't need another monarch that is continuing the work of the previous monarchs. We don't need another person that is living off, or family or group of people or people in power that are living off our own hard work and our own money. We don't need that. And it's not enough just to say that, yeah, this has been always like that. Yeah, you know, these are rare, the past was like that, history was like that, who cares? And so what if it was like that in the past? It doesn't mean that we cannot change something. It doesn't mean that we have to continue on the same path. Who said that someone should be queen? Who said that someone should be king? Who gave you that power? Who are you? Who gave you the power to be superior? And who said that we have to be inferior compared to you? And then if God forbidden you are saying something bad about the queen that she has passed, you are disrespectful, you are insensitive. And then all these self-righteous people are coming forward and they are saying that you should respect someone that just passed away. Well, I think we have valid reasons to feel the way we feel. And I think we have valid reasons to be very angry with everything that is happening. And you are not to tell me how to feel about someone and how to feel about something. And if you have a problem with your own anger, that is your problem. If you refuse to see beyond what is going on right now because it's too painful for you, because you cannot handle reality, then that is your problem. But do not tell me how should I feel about something. And I noticed in the past 2 days, even on YouTube, that some spiritual teachers are saying that it is not very spiritual of people to talk badly about the queen because they are disrespecting her, and they should not talk badly about her because she just passed away, and that is not spiritual of them, even though people think that they are spiritual. So first of all, I would like to ask you, what is spiritual for you? Being a good girl, being a good boy that is never angry, that is always rolling with whatever is happening in the mainstream? Because in my opinion, there's nothing more spiritual and there's nothing more human than having a good relationship with your anger and honoring your anger and expressing your anger if you feel like that. Okay, so for me, that is spiritual. But calling people not spiritual is something that is not spiritual, in my opinion. And I think we are tired of this love and light bubble. And the bubble will be bursting for many people, even though they want to postpone that, but it will happen sooner or later. And honestly, you can call me disrespectful. I don't care if an old lady that is 96 years old has passed away. I don't care. I will express my opinion. And these people need to be held accountable. So I wanted to share a few things that I shared already on Patreon a few months ago when I started actually Patreon. I did a video about Queen Elizabeth and I tuned into her energies psychically to see what I find there. And I was getting a very strong energy, like this archonic energy. So I wasn't getting the reptilian thing. I was getting like archonic energy, but we are talking about interdimensional entities here that are actually degenerate entities, like future degenerate humans, which I already talked about in previous videos. And when I tuned into her energy, I got this very strong archonic AI energy, so like artificial intelligence. But in order to understand what these interdimensionals are, we cannot just look at these species as certain, different species, like for example, the reptilians, that they are coming from a different planet and they are representing a completely different race. And the New Age community is full of people that love these stories, these cosmic stories, soap operas, and this cosmic bliss and astral bliss about these different entities and races. And I used to be like that as well. But I myself don't know a lot about reptilians, but what I can tell is that there is a period in humanity's timeline where humanity is merging with machines in order to get more resilient and in order to survive certain harsh conditions that are present in certain timelines. And in order for that, they are not only merging themselves with machines, but they are merging themselves with different creatures as well and animals as well. So reptilians, in my opinion, are future human hybrids. And when we are talking about someone being reptilian or Pleiadian, Venusian, Arcturian, we are actually talking about a particular stargate that is having the energetic frequency and resonance with that source resonance as well, vibrational frequency. And because they have that energetic imprint, they can incarnate through that stargate into a physical body. So if that makes sense. And these degenerate creatures are so embedded in materialism that they don't have their higher chakras developed. And because they don't have their higher chakras developed, just the lower chakras, they are unable to initiate themselves. They are unable to pass certain initiations. And that's why over time they get degenerate. Their emotional body, their etheric body, and their physical body as well, over time degenerates. So incarnation after incarnation gets more and more degenerated. So I'm repeating that because maybe many of you are new with this concept. And yeah, so in the case of the reptilians, I think that that is the case. But what I was picking up on was a very strong archonic artificial intelligence energy. And that can be because probably she has passed away some time ago, and whoever we have seen in public was very much artificial intelligence. I know it's crazy. And if it sounds crazy now, trust me, in a few years' time, it will be something absolutely normal what I'm talking about. Because we will get to a point when we will have robots and you will be unable to distinguish a real person, I mean a human, from artificial intelligence unless you're able to read energy. So that is why it's so important for us to develop discernment and to be able to really read energy. What else I wanted to say? Yes, I also calibrated her energy level back then, and I got something between 75 and 100, and that is the level of grief. So that is a very low level of consciousness, and that is a great sign. I mean, it's a perfect sign for someone not having her higher chakras developed and maybe the emotional body being damaged as well or non-existent, because in that case an entity is unable to process emotions and is unable to transmute emotions like negative emotions. So it sounds quite harsh, but that's almost like the level of apathy, a very, very low level, and it's almost like a parasitic level. Yesterday I did a reading on my Patreon about, again, like the whole energy surrounding the passing and then the energies of the queen as well. And I got so exhausted while I was doing that reading. I got so tired, and I was picking up on her energy as well, and then the energy of this whole situation, and it was really like a bad energy afterwards, and I even needed to lie down afterwards, and then I got back to normal. But I was definitely feeling this apathy, almost like being numb, like unable to speak or being super slow. And yeah, so yeah, that was her energy. And then I also, what I was picking up yesterday from that reading is that she's in a very dark place at the moment. So I feel like she's on the astral, and for some reason there's this bondage around her. And that is of course another thing that is coming from the missing emotional body and the damaged etheric body as well, because the soul is unable to pass the moonlock. But I feel like she is still like in between two worlds, so she's on the astral level but on the lower astral. This is how I feel about her. What else I wanted to discuss? So yeah, let's talk about her son. I almost wanted to say his son. For some reason I keep saying his, like I'm picking up on a very masculine energy when it comes to her. So her son is the next on the throne. And I think that people are refusing to see who this person is and are forgetting about the past and the reputation of the whole family itself, and how much they have been involved in sexual scandals and then also pedophilia in general. So from what I know, one of his best friends, and actually who is a godfather of one of his sons, is Jimmy Savile. And we all know that that person is the UK's biggest sexual predator. I mean, we all know the story and the scandal around him. I know a part of it, I don't know the whole story. But yeah, he was very much part of the royal family. And don't tell me that they didn't know about what he was doing. This is a great example for the concept and the ideology and the value system of this whole family, that they are continuously in contact with these people that are sexual predators and are pedophiles. And then Jimmy Savile was also appointed officer by the Queen in 1972, and then in 1990 the Queen made him a Knight Bachelor of Charitable Services as well. So you are knighting a person that is doing what they are doing, that is a sexual predator. Not to mention the Epstein scandal. So yeah, this is such a respected family. The whole monarchy is so respected. Let's pay respect to her, and let's just forget about everything that happened in the past. The old stories about missing children, the trafficking, the crimes against humanity, the pedophilia, the murders. Let's just sweep everything under the rug now, and let's just celebrate her life and what an amazing woman she was, because this is how it was. She had an incredible life. I saw it on Netflix, I saw it in The Crown, I saw it in the movie. No, we have to call these people out on their crimes. We have to hold them accountable, because the thing is, the whole thing is not ending with her death. There's a new member of the World Economic Forum, a puppet of Klaus Schwab, that is becoming king now. That will be the king of England. And on top of that, there's a new prime minister as well, that is a member of the World Economic Forum, that is replacing another member of the World Economic Forum. So we have the same people coming from the same groups, having the same agenda, that are still in leadership position. And if you think that everything will end with her death, you are very naive. Yes, her passing is a catalyst. Yes, it will start a domino effect, but we are the ones that have to ask certain questions. We are the ones that have to hold these people accountable, because otherwise this whole thing will never end. And as I said, the fact that she has passed away, the announcement was made on the 8th before Mercury retrograde, and then after the new prime minister was elected, it wasn't a coincidence. And what do you think it happens when the Queen passes away? What happens is that there are many alterations and changes that need to be made. And one of those alterations and changes is in regards to the monetary system, in regards to the banknotes, and new banknotes need to be printed. So what's this if not a great opportunity to start protecting our environment, because we are facing a climate emergency, right? So we have to change all those banknotes. We have to change the face of the Queen on those banknotes and to replace it with the face of the King. In Canada, Australia, the United Kingdom, and then the Commonwealth countries. I don't know what currency they have there, but I'm not familiar, but I'm just saying that there are lots of alterations and rethinking, yeah, that needs to be done in regards to the currency. So this is a great opportunity and a great stepping stone to jump, and instead of printing lots of banknotes again, what if we just get rid of the cash and we introduce the digital currency, CBDC? So in my opinion, this can be a great stepping stone for that. Plus, if they are playing their game properly and they are giving bread and circus to people, then they can even distract them from what is happening, right? So people don't pay attention, because we have now the funeral that is to come in a few days time, I don't know when, and then probably the coronation of King Charles, maybe not this year, but there will be a lot of media coverage about this whole thing. And then in the background, everything else can run. And the other thing which people are not paying attention to is the crisis in regards to energy, because the UK is facing a great recession in that sense, and then Europe as well, and then I think it's coming in the US as well, this whole energy crisis. So yeah, we are facing a winter that will be not very easy for many people, and now we have something to talk about instead of talking about the important things. So this is what I wanted to say in today's video, guys. And as I said, check out my reading about the passing of the Queen. It's on my other channel. You will find the link down below to that. Please subscribe to that channel as well if you are interested. Also, if you want to support my work, you can do it on Patreon. And then if you want to book a personal reading, please send me an email, or you can use the link down below as well. And then those of you that are using Telegram, you are more than welcome to join my Telegram as well, because I am posting updates there too about things that are happening in our world whenever I come across something interesting. So yeah, Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for your support. I love you all, and I cannot wait to see you next time.